Professor Belhe, Professor Kapilesh, Mrs. Gaikwad, Mrs. Kokate, my esteemed friend Dr. Vijay Kumar, other faculty members of both the colleges, Samarth Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences and Samarth College of Pharmaceutical Sciences, distinguished faculty members of Samarth Group of Institutions, dear students, invited guests, friends from press and media, ladies and gentlemen. I wish to profusely thank Professor Savanth and Professor Attapati for inviting me to this beautiful campus in connection with the celebrations of World Pharmacists Day. I was amazed to see the campus. Beautiful infrastructure has been developed with the efforts of your dynamic secretary of this society, Sri Vivek Shelkeji, and his brother Sri Vallabh Shelkeji. It's a miracle that has happened here in the rural area of Pune district. And I have been told the struggle that has undergone in making this beautiful campus. Hats off to the management committee member for creating this structure. शून्यातून विश्व निर्माण केलं आणि त्याचा Professor Attapati is my old friend from KD days, and I know he is very sincere and committed to the profession. When he asked me to come here, I could not say no. Recently, about 1 year back, I moved to Pune. Otherwise, I was in Telangana, Karnataka, and many other places. I am staying with my son. I am now 77 years old. I was a victim of corona, so some weakness has come in. Otherwise, I am very strong mentally. I was going through the schedule of the program. I have been allotted 30 minutes to speak. But Professor Attapati knows very well that I was, as Vice Chancellor, taking classes for 2 hours. Whatever time you allot, a teacher will start his class, conclude the class only at the end of 1 year, 1 hour. So pardon me if it is going to be boring for you, but you have no other option because you invited me as a guest. I will take you back to pharmacy profession in the country. I am really fortunate to be the only link today in India between the old generation of pharmacists and the young generation of pharmacists. I had an opportunity as a student like you to interact with Professor Mahadevlal Shroff, father of pharmacy education in the country, Professor G.P. Srivastava, all those names. At personal level, I interacted with them. Dr. J. Banerjee, all top managing directors of pharmaceutical companies in India. When I was the president of Students' Union at Nagpur University during the year 1966-67, then most of you were not born, we invited Professor Mahadevlal Shroff to Nagpur University as the chief guest for Student Union function. Professor R.L. Nipo, late Professor Nipo, was a student of Professor Mahadevlal Shroff. At that time, there was second class and third class, along with first class in the train. Professor Mahadev's staff was to come from Howrah to Nagpur by Howrah mail, which was supposed to reach Nagpur station at 7 o'clock in the morning. Professor Nippon took me to the railway station. He asked me to look for Professor Mahadev's near the second class compartment. And he waited near the first class compartment. That time there were no mobiles, nothing, no communication. And his physique was described to me. I could see the photograph. Professor Mahadev's staff was a tall person, 6 foot 2 inches in height, with grey hairs and completely in khadi. Then I was looking for this guest. Professor Nippon was looking near the first class compartment, and he came out of the third class compartment. We could look at him. He was such a simple person. I am explaining to you some of the things which you have not read in the books and which you will not be able to do it. Only Professor Harkishan Singh, the former chairman of pharmacy in Punjab University, he wrote a book, History of Pharmacy, and there he has narrated some of these instances. And I was very close to Professor Harkishan. Whenever I used to go to Chandigarh, I used to interact with him for hours together. And that's collected this information. Professor Mahadev's staff got down to the train. We took him to the university guest house. He stayed for 24 hours. And out of that, I think 12 hours spent with him. I was very curious to know how pharmacy has grown. You know it very well from forensic pharmacy book. It was in 1932, the first department of pharmacy was started at Banaras Hindu University. And there is a story for it. Mahadev's staff was a very learned person. He didn't have pharmacy qualification. He was BSc. He did his MS from a university in England, and then he was working in England. And that was the time, crucial time for India. Freedom struggle was at its peak, and many these Indians used to meet at India Coffee House on Oxford Street in London in the evening. Professor Mahadev's staff was a regular visitor, along with many other people. And they used to discuss the freedom struggle in India. Professor Mahadev's staff was so much impressed with the teachings of Mahatma Gandhi, that he left his lucrative job, came back to India to participate in freedom struggle. And that was the time you read in the forensic science, forensic pharmacy, that during 1920 to 1930, there were a number of deaths due to spurious, misbranded and adulterated medicines in India. And that time we were governed by British people, and our laws were framed in British Parliament. There was a hue and cry in British Parliament about the deaths that were taking place in India. Our Indians who settled in London were also arguing in favor of Indians, that they should get good medicines. And that was the time when Professor Mahadev's staff said, nothing doing, I should go back to my motherland. He came to India. He went to Sevagram, where Mahatma Ji was staying. Mahatma Gandhi was in Sevagram for several years. And he told Bapuji, I came back, I am so and so. I am from Punjab, but settled in Bengal, and I would like to do something for the country. Mahatma Ji asked, what is your qualification? He said, pharmacy, medicines. Mahatma Ji was perturbed with the developments that were taking place in India then. Spurious and misbranded drugs. He said, why don't you start a pharmacy course which will teach our students about the medicines, quality of medicines. And it was our luck that when this deliberation, this conversation was going on, Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya came to meet Mahatmaji in Srinagar. He told Panditji, Panditji, you take this young man to Banaras Hindu University. He is specialized in pharmacy, medicine, start a course. That is how Panditji took M.L. Shroff to Banaras Hindu University and started BSc Pharma course. It was BSc Pharmaceutical Chemistry to start with. Then BSc Pharma. Later on it became B.Pharm. That was the first institution which has come up. And that's the reason why Professor M.L. Shroff is called as father of pharmacy. He did not stop there. In 1937, and Professor Shroff started United Provinces Pharmaceutical Association with Banaras as its headquarters. And he started inviting the pharmacists. Later on, it was moved to Kolkata. And he took the shape of Indian Pharmaceutical Association in 1939. And Professor Mahadelal Shroff was the first president of Indian Pharmaceutical Congress, held under the auspices of IPA in 1941. And believe me, that time, freedom struggle was at its peak. Chale Jao and all those movements started. Professor Mahadelal Shroff was a freedom fighter. He was unanimously elected as the president of First Indian Pharmaceutical Congress. And for that, there were only 150 delegates. Because that time, number of pharmacists was very small. And police knew, it was British regime, that Professor Mahadelal Shroff will come. He was underground. He will come and will arrest him. All arrangements were made. People thought that Mahadelal Shroff will not come to the dais. At last moment he arrived. He said Bharat Mata Ki Jai and all those things, said to pharmacists that my message, we have to first get freedom for our country. He was arrested. It is a historic congress. From stage he was taken to jail. And he was in jail for 1.5 years. That was Professor Mahadelal Shroff. I am narrating these stories because many of our teachers do not know. The first PhD student in pharmacy in the country was Professor Gorakh Prasad Srivastava, GP Srivastava, a disciple of Professor Mahadelal Shroff. I will tell you about the other activities of M.L. Shroff. He did not stop by starting a pharmacy course in PhD. He had a group of his own, and he told these people to go to different parts of the country, start pharmacy course. Professor Mahadelal Shroff chose Professor Gain to go to Amritsar, start pharmacy. At Amritsar, the Lahore course was started. That was before partition. And later on, after partition, it came to Amritsar and later on shifted to Chandigarh. That is how Punjab University Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences was established by Professor Gain. Another stalwart, Professor Khurana, M.L. Khurana, Punjabi, was asked to go to Visakhapatnam, start a pharmacy course. Can you imagine a Punjabi going to Andhra Pradesh where Telugu was the language, and he started a pharmacy course. And from there he came to Bombay. At that time it was Bombay, now it's Mumbai. He started UDCT Mumbai, University Institute of Chemical Technology. That was started by Professor Khurana. That was the commitment. And Professor M.L. Shroff himself moved from Banaras after 5 years of establishment, came to Sagar, started a pharmacy course, University of Sagar, where I was the student. And then later on sent his disciple, R.L. Nicole, to Nagpur. That is how Nagpur department came in existence. Professor Madhalalal Shroff, after establishment of pharmacy department at Sagar, moved to Jabalpur. He started a pharmacy course in Calcutta. And that is how the beautiful nucleus of pharmacy education was created. They were all totally committed. I had an opportunity to meet every one of them. And the reins of Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences were given to Professor G.P. Srivastava, who was the first PhD in pharmacy in the country. At the time of independence, there were only 3 pharmacy institutions. After that, between 1947 to 1608 came up. When I was the President of Pharmacy Council of India, I was telling Professor, there are 300 degree colleges of pharmacy. I was President from 1993 to 2003. And about 600 diploma colleges. And today the number is more than 3,000. That's the expansion of pharmacy. Many of my colleagues are teachers. I will tell you the correct, realistic story of Professor G.P. Srivastava. That committed teacher, always in khadda and dhoti. He was staying in the campus of Banaras Hindu University. He was known for his punctuality and discipline. His class used to be at 9 o'clock. He was the head of department also. And he used to be very prompt. In his class, there were 28 students. And at least 20 students of his that time. As a student, I met them and discussed with them. They used to tell me about this punctuality. Now, fortunately for me, Professor G.P. Srivastava's nephew was my classmate in M4. So I happened to go to BHU, Banaras, after his retirement, and I met him and I interacted with him. That's how I collected the information. I am writing down all these memoirs for the benefit of young generations of pharmacists. Professor G.P. Srivastava was known for his punctuality. 9 o'clock class means it is at 9. You can adjust the clock. He was never late for his class. One day in the month of July, August, it was raining very heavy. Professor G.P. Srivastava was staying in the campus there. But then he wanted to go to department. He forgot to take his umbrella. He was searching for umbrella. And in that process, he got delayed by 10 minutes. And he knew it's pouring, nobody will come. There were some girl students also. And then, look, nobody will come. He will have to pardon his students for coming late. He came to the department in a walking distance and entered into the classroom. To his utter surprise, all students were fully drenched and sitting in the classroom. He was taken aback. He went to the podium, said, "My dear students, you have defeated me today." And he asked for their apology. He said, "I apologize to you. I have learned a lesson from you." And then he took the class to 10 o'clock, went to his office, he was the head of the department, applied for leave, casual leave, took the class, applied for casual leave and worked whole day as a HOD. He said, "I don't deserve my bread today because I have cheated my students. They are defeated." And when this was told, there were tears in my eyes. I said, if I become a teacher, I will never forget this lesson. And believe me, for 45 years, as Vice Chancellor, I was taking classes. When I was appointed first time Vice Chancellor of Kakatiya University, 2001, I got the orders. Chandrababu Naidu was the Chief Minister. He congratulated me at 9 o'clock in the night. He said, "The orders have come At 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, the orders came to Warangal, to my quarters. And next day, 9 o'clock, I had a class. I went to my class. Press reporters thought that they came running as soon as they got the message. First, they came to my lodge. My wife told them that he is in class there. And then I was approached there. My EA told them that you cannot disturb him. His class is from 9 to 10:40. I have the habit of taking 2 hours. And till 10:40 they waited. And then they said, "Sir, Vice Chancellor today." I said, "I have not taken the charge. I will go to the office now and take the charge." And next day in the press, all newspapers, the news was Vice Chancellor in the classroom, question mark. And they said, forget about Vice Chancellor, he was in the class, he waited for 1 hour, he made us to wait for 1 hour and 40 minutes. So the first message I would like to give to all my pharmacy colleagues, let us be totally loyal to our profession. I always tell my teachers, we are very proud products. God has given enough to us to survive in this competitive world. Our job is to teach the students. It is the job of the students to learn. The teaching learning process has to be strengthened. We should always take pride in teaching newer things. We have many things to learn from our students. A teacher is a student at the age of retirement. After retirement also, there are so many things to learn from our students. We should not hesitate. Pharmacy is ever changing. Pharmaceutical sciences is like the free flow of water. It's a stream, free flow. If we make any efforts to block the flow, it's not going to help us. We should allow free flow. And then in the process, we should also swim along with the stream. That's the best way of doing something, to learn the professional ethics, professional issues. What we are taught, I was a student in 60s, that is from 64 to 67. We never taught anything about these newer drug delivery systems. They were not, that knowledge was not available to us then. What we are taught is in the past is really to be forgotten today. The things that are happening today, the new format, the things are coming out. You have to grasp all these things. Past is waste paper. Present is a newspaper. And future is the promissory note. You have to look for this. The things that are happening in our field, we must keep pace with the trends that are changing, taking place in the field of pharmaceutical sciences. Indian Pharmaceutical Association, as you all know, is making all possible efforts for a number of continuing education programs. Why do we celebrate World Pharmacist Day? It was only for the last 10 years we started celebrating. Earlier we had only National Pharmacy, FIP, Pharmacist, or International Pharmaceutical Association, or Federation of International Pharmaceutics. They identified 25th September as the World Pharmacist. And we thought that we should take it up for celebrations throughout the country. National Pharmacy Week, which is celebrated on 3rd week of November, is our permanent feature. We give a slogan. Pharma rallies are taken up. I was telling Dr. Akbari when I was the president of IP from 2002 to 2002, we started these pharma rallies. And we also took a decision to slowly merge with World Pharmacist Day. But there can't be 2-3 celebrations. But still they are going on. Fine. There's nothing wrong in it. But during these weeks, we have to ensure that the message of pharmacy is very effectively spread amongst the communities. We must tell the common man in the street what is the role of pharmacist. Pharmacist, as you all know, is the hidden hand behind the success of the doctor. It is a vital link between doctor and the patient. We make the medicines. We ensure the quality is maintained. And then, if the medicines are effective, doctor gets the credit. Nobody will give the credit to pharmacist who is making the medicines. If something goes wrong with the medicines, it is the doctors who blame. Pharmacists, हम क्या करेंगे वो दवा बनाने वाले अलग हैं. So our role is very, very vital. We have to be very carefully committed to our profession. Today, India is number 4 in the world in terms of the total production of drugs and pharmaceuticals. At the time of independence in 1947, the total production of drugs and pharmaceuticals, you cannot believe, was to the tune of rupees 52 lakhs. 52 lakhs. Of course, the value of rupee was very high. And then, today, in 2022-23, we are, the statistics available for this year, 2022-2023. Our total production of drugs and pharmaceuticals is more than 2,50,000 crores. Very bigly. Of which 36% is for export. We are exporting 36% of our medicines, including the developed countries like United States of America and Europe. That's our capacity. There are at least 50 pharmaceutical companies in the country who have the turnover of more than 10,000 crores per annum. And this is a big achievement. 1970 was a very important year in Indian history. Before that, we were mostly depending upon the import of drugs, except for some activity of IDP. During the regime of Jawaharlal Nehru, it was thought that we should reduce the burden of import. And that's how IDPLs, Indian Drugs and Pharmaceuticals Limited, were started. 5 IDPLs were established. IDPL Rishikesh, IDPL Delhi, Gurgaon, IDPL Hyderabad, IDPL Chennai, and IDPL Muzaffarpur. That was the last one. Between 1954 to 1968, these 5 IDPLs were established, and it was thought that 30% of the requirement of medicines will be met by the production that takes place at these 5 units. And it happened. But they were public sector units. Started falling sick. But one thing that has happened is that these public sector units created the human resource that was required to establish strong base of Indian pharmaceutical industry. Dr. Anji Reddy is the product of IDPL. He graduated postgraduate. He did his PhD from NCL Pune. He joined IDPL Hyderabad, and then he moved from there, started Dr. Reddy's laboratory, which is number 2 in the country. Dr. Anji Reddy is no more, he was a good friend of mine. In fact, when I was Vice Chancellor, I requested Chandrababu Naidu to allow me to give honorary doctorate to him. He was first felicitated by my university. He used to tell me this. That's how many top people have come up from these ideas. Cadila is another success story. Raman Bhai Patel and Indravadan Modi, I.V. Modi. Raman Bhai Patel was a student of Ellen College of Pharmacy, a demonstrator there. And Bansky, I.V. Modi was a student of University of Bombay, chemical technologist. They started a small firm in 1954 and they were preparing these extracts, animal products, some charcoal and all types of things. And believe me, these two people used to tell, they have written memoirs. They were moving, Raman Bhai was involved in production. Modi was a very short person. He used to take his bicycle, go to different shops and sell the products. That was the story of Cadila. And now it is number 5. But of course it is Zydus Cadila and Cadila bombs. These are the success stories. Of course the only failure was run vaccine. It started on a very big scale in 1977. Dr. Bhai Mohan Singh was given Padma Vibhushan that time. Dr. Parvinder Singh, his son, started doing very well. But his son could not, his sons fought amongst themselves. Parvinder Singh and my son, and both of them are in jail today. And that vaccine is closed. There are some values also. I will go back to 1970. It was very important. With the exception of IDBL, there were hardly any big pharmaceutical companies there. You all know, you might have read in Forensic Pharmacy. The first pharmaceutical industry of Indian origin came up at Calcutta in 1902. Bengal Chemicals and Pharmaceutical Work Limited. Even today it is existing in the government sector. It's not doing well, but it was the beginning. In 1907, another industry has come up. Gajjar Pharmaceuticals at Belhe. It's closed now. Jandu Pharmaceuticals, which is now sold to Imam, which was earlier owned by Dr. K. Pari. It was started in 1931. And then, of course, small units were there. IDPLs came in. Antibiotics became very popular after 1942. We started producing penicillin. Penicillin product came from Pune. Pune, Hindustan Antibiotics Pune. That was one government sector unit. And there are a number of bulk units which started in and around Hyderabad, Chennai, and many other places. But even then, at the time of this particular regulation that came in 1970, our total dependence was on import of medicines. 60% products, life-saving products, were imported. Indira Gandhi should be given credit for 3 bold decisions in 1969-70. Number 1 was abolition of private purses. All money that was given to the ex-rulers, big amount, was all stopped overnight. That was one wonderful decision. It gave a lot of money to the country. And we started utilizing that money for human person. Number 2, the most important is nationalization of banks. Banks had to give compulsory loans. All banks, most of these banks were nationalized. And the third important decision that was taken was DPC, Drugs Price Control Order, was working. And that time 184 medicines which were life-saving and important, they were all taken under DPC. Nothing doing. This is the price fixed. If you want to run the show, run with this price. Otherwise, get out of the country. That message. Of course, along with that, Bangladesh war and all those political achievements were different. And that was the time when the new patent regime to support this DPC. Indian Patent Act was enacted in 1970, which was an offshoot of one of these decisions. And this Indian Patent Act made us very strong. IPA, for the first time, said that product is not patented, only process is patented. And most of these drugs, at that time, of course, lock-in period was 2 to 7 years. Suppose an American pharmaceutical company comes out, Pfizer comes out with a product. Our people started working on this product. What they did, they changed the procedure a little bit. Instead of refluxing for 4 hours, make it 8 hours. Instead of methanol, use another solvent. And all those changes were made and we were ready with the technology. If the product has been brought out in 1970, it will automatically expire in 1977. In 1977, the moment the patent rights were expired, we started producing those products. And that's how, during this period, many of these pharmaceutical companies came up. Ranbaxy was established in 1977. Dr. Reddy Laboratory, it was earlier SOL, Standard Organic Limited, and he started Dr. Reddy Laboratory in 82. Even Torrent, many of these companies started coming up. Cadila, all these companies started during this period. And they took the advantage. A drug that was available for $10 in United States of America was made available for $1. The best solution, best example during that period, which created history, is trimethoprim. Trimethoprim sulfamethoxazole. It was very popular drug. And it was very costly. Dr. Reddy's laboratory created history by preparing this combination at 1/10 of the price. And all these American and European countries, they challenged Dr. Reddy's. How can you give this? It was out of patent. He said, I am giving it. My labor is cheap. Technical stock is available to me. Raw materials are cheap. And I am creating them. They went to international law court, Hague, at international court. They filed a case against Dr. Reddy's. The case ran for 4 years. Finally, the International Court of Law gave a decision in favor of Dr. Reddy's. They said that here is war. And he can. And that's how we created history. Another example is Cipla. Cipla created for HIV. HIV drug was required. HIV was rampant in African countries. It spread to India. It was a big threat to us. And drug was very, very costly. The total treatment was costing something like 10 lakhs. And this Cipla said, we'll give this particular drug for which the total cost will be not more than 50,000. And that's how we started producing. And see what was our export. We were importing the drugs. And today, for 36% of our total production is for export. India is ranked number 4 in the total production of volume of drugs and pharmaceuticals. In terms of price, it is number 11 because our drugs are very cheap. And that's all happened because of the efforts of India. You know the story of coronavirus? Pune, which gave the lead, and Hyderabad. Bharat Biotech, gentlemen, both of them were felicitated with Padma Shri. They brought out coronavirus in 8 months. I tell you a story. The in charge of the coronavirus production at Serum Institute was my good friend, my class, 1 year junior to me at Nagpur, Dr. Jadhav. We were very close. And he was a leader at the global level in the production of biologicals. He was an expert of WHO, many committees, and he used to give me the briefing. When Serum Institute was ready, one day he phoned me. He said, he used to call me by my first name, Chandrakant. Chandrakant, we are ready. I said, Bhai, Modi ji to bol rahe aayega, medicine aayega, kab aayega? No, we are ready. Anytime it will come in the market. He was so glad. Had he known that he told all his friends, we had a meeting of our Nagpur alumni club here in Pune. That time was he told, we are all ready with this technology. Unfortunately, he died. Otherwise, he would have been punished. He died of cancer after 5 months. But then that was very unfortunate. But this type of technology has been developed in India. Of course, the encouragement was given by Modi government, all facilities. Even Zydus Cadila was ready with the vaccine. And we are the premier producers of vaccine. Russia came out with vaccine, China came out with vaccine, USA came out with vaccine, Pfizer came out with vaccine. But after 1 year, Chinese product was criticized, questioned the quality. Russian production had to be taken back. Pfizer had also some questions asked, but no product of India has been challenged. We are very, very strong. We have provided our vaccine to 140 countries. And you know the volume of work that has been done. Hats off to technocrats, hats off to our people. We are very strong in technology. I always tell my colleagues, we should be proud of this achievement of ours in pharmacy. What we were, I have given you the entire history to tell you what we were in the past and we are what we are. This is the commendable work that has been done. I will come to the other story. When we appreciate the achievements, we should also appreciate criticism. We should take it very seriously. Quality of pharmacy education has gone down. In more than 3,000, 4,000 institutions, mushroom growth, the quality has gone. Teachers are frogs in the well. Most of the teachers, including myself. For frog in the well is the universe. Well is everything. We don't want to come out of the well and see how beautiful the outside world is. We don't want to do it. I tell my APTI friends always, I was founder member of Association of Pharmaceutical Teachers of India and Vice President, that time President used to be the top pharmacist in the country, either Dr. Harkishan Singh or Dr. B.M. Mitta. I had an opportunity to work with them. I said APTI was established with an objective of giving in-service training to the pharmacists. Let anywhere the pharmacy teacher be appointed. Let him compulsorily undergo 3 months training at the center of APTI. Free lodging mode. And we created infrastructure for that. I personally worked with APTI officials. I am actually supposed to be chairman of the trust that has been created even today. We gave 1 acre free land in Bangalore for APTI Bhavan, where this guest house was to come up and the center. And if our teachers would have been exposed for 3 months training, we will request the private organizations, societies to give them salary. And with this motivation they go. This is internship. For doctors there is compulsory internship. Why not for pharmacists? Give them after job, give them 50% salary, 100%. But 3 months let us spend, let them interact with industrialists, Bangalore, Pune or Bombay. And we prepared a list of these industrialists who were prepared to come and take the classes without charging any contribution. I have been always telling you, and today I tell my colleagues, this dream of ours is not fulfilled. If that happens, there will be sea change in the attitude of teaching and learning process. We have huge manpower. There are excellent teachers who have done extremely well. But maybe because of certain compulsions, they lose the touch with the research. I was heading the research organizations bodies of AICT, UGC, on many times. There are very few takers for the research grants. Well, the themes are not very impressive. My suggestion to the teachers sitting over here, there used to be a scheme when I was at Bombay College of Pharmacy. I started my career in industry. 1972, I joined FTC, Fair Deal Corporation. For almost 10 months, I was working there. And then I jumped to Bombay College of Pharmacy as leader. I joined FTC, and during 10 months, I was very active then. I was one of the scientists who was involved in the production of electron powder, for which I was given a national award also in research. Then I came to Bombay College of Pharmacy. Bombay College of Pharmacy is an ideal example of industry academic interaction. I was in charge for student and staff activities. They were given a lot of freedom. I used to take my classes in the morning, 9 to 10. And after lunch, myself and my colleagues, Dr. Nimkar, Dr. Balla, we used to visit the industries, take the students in a batch of 15-20, go to industry, interact with people. Managing Director of Sandoz, Managing Director of Glaxo, Burroughs Wellcome, Managing Director of almost all companies. We used to invite them. I am suggesting this to our Professor Kakatiya and try from Pune. Once in a month, we used to have meet the manager series. And once in 2 months, we used to have meet the managing directors. We were framing the timetable in such a way that on Saturday, classes are only from 9 to 11. Or 9 to 11. 11 o'clock off. 11:30, managing director of a pharmaceutical company will be invited because they used to have a holiday on Saturday. They used to come in their all posh cars, give a lecture to our teachers and students, motivate them. Students used to ask the question, Bombay College of Pharmacy, and they said, no problem. Ask the questions. They were elated. I tell you one thing, all these people must be must be getting their salary in 6 figures or 7 figures. But they like to spend time with teachers. What I used to do, or we used to do as a team, that after the lecture is over, question answer session is over, there is a small canteen in Bombay College, today it is there. And there was a staff room. We decorated it very well. My lady colleagues took a lot of interest. And we used to get home food. And this home food we used to share to the managing director of the pharmaceutical industry. And they used to enjoy this. Give them some snacks also, Patata, famous preparation of Mumbai. And 1, 2, 3 interaction with teachers. After that, a cup of tea. 3 o'clock, we used to take them around the college. And you see the college, Bombay, most of the laboratories are donated by the pharmaceutical industry. That sort of rapport we used to keep with them. And then once in a month, we used to meet the manager, either quality control manager, R&D manager, production manager. They used to spend the time in the same way. And another important thing, that time M.Pharm was by research. We used to insist that for the YOC of M.Pharm student, an expert from industry should be manager. The manager used to come, take the YOC, whether it is city, university, college, give the appointment letter to the student, would you like to join my company? Next day they get that sort of system we created. We were very close to industry. I still remember there was Chief Managing Director of Glaxo who came all the way from UK. He was taken, he was garlanded, all sorts of tamasha we made. He was so impressed. In 1976, he gave a donation of 10 lakhs rupees. These are big amount, maybe more than 1 crore. Why UDCT has come up in such a big way? Do you know this? UDCT is one of the premier institutions in the country, not only in technology but even in pharmacy. You go and see the research that you see the grants that they get from industry. Wonderful. Because the Alumni Association was established, Mukesh Ambani was made the president, he was a student of UDCT, and he gave single-handedly 100 crores to UDCT. 100 crores. And today he continues as a president of Alumni. I took this example for Kakatiya University. In my KLE, I wanted. Dr. Sudhamurthy was a student of our engineering college at Kokate. I told my Chancellor, sir, we are getting university status there. Why don't you invite Sudhamurthy to be the chairman of governing board? He said, fine. And Dr. Sudhamurthy came, they gave Dr. Sudhamurthy gave a donation of 10 crores to start. Such rapport has to be established. My appeal to the young teachers anymore, during these celebrations of World Pharmacists, World or National Pharmacy, please see that you go close to industry. Go to them. And another important thing, whether they give you any stipend or not, spend some time during summer, at least 1 month in industry. I was telling about a scheme which was run then, maybe it is available even today. TTTR, Technical Teachers Training Institution. Professor Samarth was in there are 6-7 centers in the country. And our center was in Chennai. Only 1 in the morning. Please find out. It is at Sion. Go there, find out. There used to be a scheme. I was at Bombay University, Bombay College of Pharmacy. We used to have 3 months holidays. And during these 3 months, we used to spend time in pharmaceutical industry. I was looking for this opportunity. And continuously for 4 summers, I utilized this opportunity. I went to Sandoz, I went to Pfizer, I went to Hext, and I went to Jetta. 4 months I spent. We used to get a stipend of 300 rupees, along with our salary, of course. But one thing, we were allowed to travel by their buses. We were treated as junior officers. We were given food in their mess, free. We were given all respect. But our job was to learn. Spend 2 weeks in quality control, 2 weeks in production, or more time, 2 weeks in planning, 2 weeks in research and development. That's how we used to spend time. We used to go at 9 o'clock in the morning, stay there to 6. And that gave us very good training. And whatever we were taught there, it was practical. And we tried to use that knowledge in our classrooms. Most of the times we tell so many things from the book. They are all theoretical. Unless we get that experience of working in the industry, we will not be able to do it. So please find out the scheme, whether it is available. Otherwise, you develop rapport with some of the pharmaceutical companies. The society, I will request Honorable Secretary and Dr. Samarth also is a pharmacist. fortunately. And he is a role model. He is a pharmacist. He was worked in industry after MBA. Came back to the academic institution. Such a wonderful person is available to Dr. Athabani. He spent a lot of in education. So you develop this type of model and let the message of this world pharmacist be taken up very serious. Why do we say we celebrate for a decade? No. The role is here is of personal organ donation. There is a limited role for Indian pharmacists. We can at the most motivate people to go for organ donation. But there are so many things to share with the doctors, to share with the patients, to tell the community at large. I have a lot of experience of interacting with these doctors and trying to pacify their queries. Ministry of Health, Government of India constituted a committee under my chairmanship for fixed dose combinations. You might have read in the newspaper about 328 pharmaceutical formulations are banned. That was my committee which gave the report to the minister. All of us said these are all useless drugs. Fixed dose combinations in the country. We have more than 95,000 formulations in the country. Out of that, 46% are fixed dose combinations. The Government of India, World Health Organization took a serious role. Even United States of America has 18%. How is that India now 46%? The Parliament took very serious role in 2011. They constituted a committee under my chairmanship in 2013 to frame the guidelines. We framed the guidelines, they were made available. Then another committee was constituted when Modi government came to power in 2015. Dr. Harshvardhan was the health minister. And he knew me well. Because when I was president of Pharmacists of India, he was MLA from Delhi. And for many functions in Delhi, including this pharma, I used to invite him. He told me, Dr. Sir, you have framed the rules and regulations, but we would like to act. My Prime Minister is very keen. Another committee of 9 members from experts drawn from All India Institute of Medical Sciences, PGI Chandigarh, former director IPL, and former drugs control. Under my chairmanship, this committee constituted. We worked very hard, except for COVID period. Even today, the committee is valid. We are working, most of the meetings are online. But for the first law, 329 percent, we recommended 347 formulations to be banned immediately. There was you and I in the country. Kapil Sibal was their lawyer. Then Chidambaram was their lawyer. Sanghi was their lawyer. And our lawyer was government lawyer. In Delhi High Court, he lost the case. The stay was granted. But then government took it very seriously. Health Secretary called me. I had a meeting with the Health Minister. We made a presentation. I made a presentation on behalf of the committee in Nirmal. And I told government that we have spent so many hours, 63 meetings and 6 hours per day, 63 multiplied by 6 for this work. And we created this. If it is going to be thrown and it is not going to be protected, it's really very bad. Government took it very seriously. And the Honorable Supreme Court, in this case came up, I was personally present for the hearings. And Kapil Sibal was meeting on their behalf, Chidambaram. Unfortunately for us, Honorable Supreme Court judges left. I had a meeting, one-to-one meeting with the judge also. I said, sir, how much time you have spent? They were all formed. They said, nothing will. Unfortunately for us, out of these 349, 327 formulations were banned. In that time, Health Secretary, Mrs. Madhan was the Health Secretary. She called me to Delhi. She said, I know under what threat you are. Would you like to have police protection for you and your family? I was a multinational involved, and I was Vice Chancellor of Kakatiya University, Belhe. So, there are so many things that are happening, good and bad in our profession. We must, as pharmacists, ensure that we strengthen the things which are positive, and we try to discourage those things which are negative in our profession. Our job is to strengthen the strengths and weaken the weaknesses. And we must do it honestly. We have taken a pledge, pharmacy ethics, pharmacy oath. I tell my friends, we must adhere to this. We should never do anything which brings disgrace to our profession. And that is the pledge that is required to be taken on this world pharmacist, national pharmacy. Otherwise, it becomes only mere celebration. Try to take the message to the common man in the street. Mind well, my dear friends, you belong to a profession which is very noble, very honest. And we are destined to prepare the medicines ethically. We are supposed to teach ethically. We are supposed to learn everything ethically. We are supposed to profess ethically. There are no shortcuts in our profession. We must always keep in our mind the target. And our target is the poor man walking on the street, looking eagerly at us, with a hope that we'll give him or her the medicine that he or she desires. Jana Aushadhi Kendra, these Kendras have been started. I was one of the persons who was interested in this type of activity. It's really very strong decision that has been taken by the government. But the information that is given by our doctor friends is that all those medicines are useless. How can there be useless medicines? They are available at cheap rate. But they are not substandard, they are not spurious. But doctors do not get that much. The untold story about our medical profession is, if a doctor prescribes a medicine worth of 1 crore a year, he gets scooter. If medicines worth of 5 crores are spent, recommended, the pharma manufacturer will give car. So these are the deals. We may need only 1 or 2 medicines, but a long list of medicines. I was heading the University of Medical Science. I used to interact with them. I said, is it not happening in your profession? Why do you blame us? Our professional people are also involved. So all these unethical practices must stop. And my appeal to you, be the campaigners of the medicines that are available in our Jana Aushadhi Kendras. They are good medicines. Absolutely no. For some of, all medicines are not available. Some of the life-saving medicines, government doesn't use these outlets. But most of the common medicines are available to us. So why not to encourage this wonderful step that has been taken by the government? So these are the things that I would like to share with you. I have so many things to tell. My age has to permit. As I said, I am 77, but I have never missed an opportunity to address my students and faculty. Please don't take it as criticism. Take it as my humble suggestion. Whichever you feel you are working, whatever, you don't have to do only research. You try to excel in education technology. But whatever field you are choosing, try to make concrete contribution. If you are chosen for research, a particular field of your interest. Please work in that field rather than beating around the bush. You publish 20, 25, 30 papers in that field. And I assure you, one day you will be recognized as an expert. So keep that particular tradition alive in our institution. You have a very bright future. You have very experienced faculty members available here. Don't miss the classes. Your attendance should be 100%. And I am sure it is. Your management is very positive. They will encourage you for all these activities. And try to interact with the students of the other disciplines. The engineering faculty. Try to develop some interdisciplinary programs. And they will have a lot of potential. You have MBA. Many of you may like to go for MBA. It's a wonderful field. Ample of opportunities are. My dear friends, I would like to quote Swami Vivekananda. Swamiji said, wisdom lies not in the quantum of knowledge acquired. Wisdom lies not in the quantum of knowledge acquired, but in the degree of its application. We teachers must application part has to be very strong. We must disseminate knowledge to our students, which is very vital, which is very vibrant. We must thank the Almighty, the Creator of this universe, for this wonderful opportunity that has been given to us by God. This beautiful life of ours, according to Hindu traditions, is for 100 years. Shatayushi Bhava. That is the Ashirvad Mantras. What does it mean? 36,500 days. And the average lifespan of Indian citizen today, as per WHO, is 71 years. I have already crossed that. I am enjoying bonus years. We lost some time. But that time is not more than 5 digits, not more than 10,000. Maybe young people have time. So this beautiful opportunity that has been given by God, let us all prove worthy of it. Thank you.